Hello, friends. In today's session, we would be discussing about how to calculate correlation coefficient. First of all, let us understand what correlation means. Correlation means the degree of association, how well two variables are associated or not. What is the strength of their relationship or the direction of relationship? Okay, so whether the relationship is positive or negative. When I say positive, means if one variable increases, we would notice a similar kind of increase in the other variable as well. For instance, if we increase the advertisement budget, the same we would see an increase in sales, so the direction is positive, so we can say that there is a positive correlation, right? Likewise, if we see there is an increase in the temperature, probably the sales of woolens would decrease, so there is a negative relationship, so likewise a negative correlation. So when we find the correlation coefficient, it is a metric that measures how well or what is the strength of association between two variables, two random variables. Okay, so usually correlation is used whenever you have a bivariate data. So let us see how to find out the correlation coefficient in Excel, how to calculate that. So this is a data which talks about the Google search. Okay, those people who are suffering from obesity, so what is the propensity that they search for diabetes or depression or stroke or cardiovascular ailments or cancer? Okay, so this data has been procured from Google Trends. So we wish to understand if the search for obesity is done by a user, what is the the how well or how much would he be inclined to search for any of these ailments, that is diabetes or depression or stroke or cardiovascular or cancer. So we would just see the check the correlation between these searches. Okay, and we also would try to investigate which ailment is highly correlated with obesity. That is to say, if somebody is suffering from obesity, which disease is highly likely that he would search for. Okay, so for instance, we would like to understand the relationship between, let us say, obesity and cancer, for instance. Okay, this is one relation we would like to investigate. Likewise, I would like to investigate the correlation between obesity and cardiovascular. Okay, likewise, I would like to investigate obesity and stroke. And let us say I would like to investigate between obesity and depression. Likewise, I would also like to investigate between obesity and diabetes. Fine. So these are the relationships I would like to measure, and I would like to see which relationship is the strongest. Okay. So how would I do that? So first, I would like to investigate between obesity and cancer. Okay. So equals CORREL. This is the function CORREL, CORREL. And first array one, I would select, let us say, obesity. Okay, and then I would select the cancer array. Okay, so I'm just holding my control and select this array. So close your parenthesis, hit enter. So the correlation coefficient is close to 0.21. Okay, that's quite low. So I would label this as correlation coefficient. Fine. Likewise, I would do the similar kind of study for obesity. Okay, so let us see, equals CORREL. And likewise, I would select my obesity column, comma. The other one is cardiovascular. So just remember, hold your control. If you are using Mac, it would be command. Okay, so close your parenthesis, hit enter. So the correlation between obesity and cardio is close to 0.33. That is close to 33%. So it is better than the relationship is a bit stronger than that with cancer. Let us check with stroke, equals Correl, your array 1, comma, and holding your control, this is your array 2. Close your parenthesis, hit enter. This is close to 17%. Then depression, equals CORREL. Okay, and your obesity, that is your array 1, comma, your depression, this column holding control. Close the parenthesis, hit enter. So this is close to 36%. Okay, now let us check for diabetes, equals CORREL. Your obesity, this is your array 1, comma, and then holding your control, this is your diabetes. Close your parenthesis, hit enter. So this is close to 33%. Okay, so now you can see your cardio and diabetes. Okay, so with this data, we could understand that the propensity that a person who is searching for obesity is quite high, that he would be searching for either cardiovascular diseases or he would be searching for diabetes. Okay, so this is the understanding from this correlation coefficient. Okay, likewise, see, it took some time for me to manually figure out the correlation coefficient. To solve this issue, you can easily figure out the correlation coefficient between all your variables in the data by finding a correlation matrix. Okay, now let us understand and learn how to find a correlation matrix. So I go to my data, the tab in your task ribbon, and you have a data analysis tool. Okay, so go to data analysis and you would be selecting correlation. Okay, so once you select correlation, just say okay, and you get a box as such where you would be inserting your data. So just select your data, whatever the data is required. Okay, so I've selected my entire data. So hit enter, and it's grouped by columns. Are there labels in the first row? Yes. So I want the output on a new worksheet. I would say okay, and bingo. This is your correlation coefficient matrix. Okay, this is your correlation matrix. I'll just zoom in so that you get it. Now you would see the correlation between cancer and cancer is always 1. The correlation between cardiovascular and cancer is this. Okay, so you would see that the correlation matrix gives you the correlation coefficient between all the variables. Okay, so we are more interested in correlation with obesity and other diseases. So you can easily see this is the correlation of obesity with cancer. Okay, you can just use some color just to help us identify what we were investigating. So obesity and cardio would be this, obesity and stroke is this, 0.17, obesity in depression is close to 36%. Okay, and diabetes is around 33%. This is what we were investigating in the other. Okay, so this correlation matrix gives you a more elaborate version of just calculating a correlation. So I hope you found this to be useful. So if yes, like, share and subscribe, spread the good word. Bye bye, take care.